2nd Ezra chapter 6, starting at verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which even every man heareth. They shall be suddenly afraid.
Huge fire at a food processing plant. This is for Taylor Farms.
By the time I got here, the building was engulfed in flames.
We are on the precipice of a global food crisis.
Oh my gosh, again, look at this, guys. Look at this video right now.
This is the second time in a week that something like this has happened. On April 14th, the plane crashed into the Gem State Processing in East Idaho. What's going on here? Well, the story gets weirder. Food processing plants all over the country seem to be catching fire.
January 11th, 2021, Fayetteville, Illinois. Firefighters respond to the Deli Star meat plant at 10 p.m. The 75,000 square foot facility with 100 employees was declared a total loss with no injuries reported. August 2nd, 2021, Hanceville, Alabama. One of its 250 employees dialed 911 from a Tyson-owned River Valley Ingredients poultry plant at 12:35 p.m. 26 area fire departments responded in addition to the Alabama Department of Environmental Management. The ADEM cleared the site of any environmental impact. Total loss, no injuries. 21 days later, in Cobb County, Georgia, a fire raged at the Paddock Meat Production Company. At approximately 10:30, fire crews arrived and began aggressively fighting the fire. Crews continued to put out hotspots till the morning. The 2-year-old building was severely damaged. No injuries. October 12th, 2021, Caldwell, Idaho. Dairy Gold Milk Drying Plant. 300 employees. No injuries. Total loss. November 29th, 2021, Scott Township, Pennsylvania. Made Right Steak Company. No injuries. Total loss. December 13th, 2021, San Antonio, Texas. Wisconsin River Meat Plant. 55 employees. No injuries. Total loss. February 22nd, March 16th, March 26th, April 13th, 2022, Cheers, Cheers, 838 Cheers Foods.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did so talk about food shortages, and it's going to be real.
This guy. Shalom, Israel. Peace, Israel. Call HALALYAM law. AHTHAM, Abanawa, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH. I'm the brother Chesed Gadol from the Camp Province of Babylon, down here in Tampa, Florida, coming at you with another hit through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. I would like to go on and give double honors to the head elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and rule well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace, blessing, love, hath the oneness, and all salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, that is scattered abroad across the four winds of the earth, that are laboring in his truth with all sincerity. Shalom. All right, man, so as you've seen in the video, in the post-introduction video, all right, these news anchors was talking about all of the food shortage that is coming upon the land of Babylon. Guess what? It's biblical prophecy that that's going to happen. All right, and for all of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Latinos, and Native American Indians, okay, your best bet will be to seek YAHAWASHI, because the Lord said what in Isaiah, my servants shall eat, and ye shall be hungry, okay? So if you serving YAHAWASHI, these food shortages, yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to bring it forth upon the land. When we see things, you're going to talk. That's what a good watchman do. But for those that are truly serving the Lord, we're not going to be worried about it. Why? Because we trust and we fear YAHAWASHI more than fear and trust in Esau. All right, so back to the precept that I brought out. This is the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 22. And it says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Now, what are those sown places? Those sown places are your neighborhood grocery stores. All right, all of these were food product plants. Okay, places that produces food. All right, that holds food, that brings forth the food from the cattle. Okay, these slaughterhouses, so basically. All right, so all of these sown places, Okay, now they're just all up in, mistakenly just going up in flames. All right, but then you got this guy, Bill Gates. Okay, he's doing what? He's talking about generically modified meat. He's talking about generically modified fruit. Okay, so what does that tell you, man? This place is built off nothing but wickedness. These people sit around and just think about wickedness, man. Why? Because they're trying to play YAHAWASHI. They're trying to play the Lord himself. You can't do so. All right. So it goes back, it says 2 Ezra 6:22, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The four storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. Right? Because there's going to be, if you have all of these food processing plants that's burned up in flames, now there's going to be no meat. So there's going to be a shortage on meat. So now these people are going to start fighting amongst each other. All right, but we'll grab that precept. Let's continue on. Verse 23. And a trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Right, man. They shall suddenly be afraid. And that trumpet, what's that trumpet? We're blowing out that trumpet now. We're letting you know that these things are coming. They're even letting you know that these things are coming, man. They're putting it right in your face. Okay. Let's read on a little bit more. Let's go to verse 24. It says, and at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. Right? People are going to start fighting one another like enemies, man. Why? Because all of there's going to be a food shortage. And then you got Sleepy Joe at the end. All right, he's talking about, there's going to be a food shortage. And it's going to be real, man. Let's grab this precept right here. Let's go to 1 Thessalonians. All right. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Right? And when they shall say peace and safety, they think that burning down all of these food processing plants, making their generically modified organism meat, all right, their GMO meat, and selling it is what's going to make the American people okay. All right, make Babylon okay. Make these people feel comfortable. And that's the thing with Babylon. It's a land of confusion, so they just feel like everything is just okay with it and comfortable. All right, these people put darkness for light and light for darkness, man. All right. You got the president of this so-called country talk about, it's going to be real. Then sudden destruction cometh upon them as travail upon a woman with child, man. When a woman is having a child, she's going through those contractions, that pain, and it's coming back to back. That's how that destruction is going to come upon these people who don't trust and believe in YAHAWASHI. All right, let's go to 2 Ezra chapter 15, starting at verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Woe goes into what? Destruction. All right, so destruction upon the world and them that dwell therein. All of the people, okay, all of the people that are upon the world, upon this earth, all right, upon Babylon mainly. You're about to get plagued if you don't seek YAHAWASHI. How you gonna get plagued? By all of the pestilence, by all of the plagues that's gonna come, man. Woe, destruction. Okay, reading on verse 15. For the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Didn't we just read that in 2 Ezra, the 6th chapter? All right, how friends shall fight one another like enemies. Why? Because there's not going to be any food, man. It's going to be a full-blown out purge going on out here, man. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right, man? The course of their actions, these people are going to start uprising against the government, man. And they're not going to regard their kings nor their princes. They're not going to regard their police. They're not going to give a damn about the FBI, the CIA, none of that, man. These people are going to be mad because they've trusted in Babylon. They've trusted in this system for so long. And they always came through. And they always thought that America, these people think that America is going to forever live on, man. This place is going to be destroyed, man. This place is going to be destroyed. Let's grab this. Let's go to Haggai chapter 1 and verse 11. And it says, and I call for a drought upon the land and upon the mountains and upon the corn and upon the new wine and upon the oil and upon that which the ground bringeth forth and upon men and upon cattle and upon all the labor of the hands, man. You see, so the Lord is bringing forth the spirit of judgment, man. All these things are the beginning of sorrows, man. It talks about it in Matthew, all right? It talks about it even in 2nd Ezra, that all these are the beginning of sorrows, man, okay? So if you're not serving YAHAWASHI, you're not seeking YAHAWASHI, man, you got a root of awakening coming upon you, man. Let's grab this last precept. All right, let's go to Lamentations. Salakia, chapter 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for want of the fruits of the field, man. You see, it's better to die by the sword than it is to die by famine, man. Why? Because the sword is a quick, easy death. One shot, if a person hits you right in your head, you dead, you gone. But to die by hunger is a slow, painful death, man. And if you know anything about the human body inside of the stomach, there's an acid that helps digest the food. So when the food, you know, sometimes if you think about this, when you were in the world, when you used to drink, right? And you would drink so much, and then let's say you throw up. And when you start throwing up, it started coming out water. And then later you start seeing like this yellowish fluid. That's the acid in your stomach. So if that acid that's in your stomach, if it doesn't have anything to eat or digest, Salakia, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to start eating at itself. So then you're going to start hallucinating. Then you're going to start having what they call a menage, where you start seeing other things, all right? So then you're going to turn into a whole zombie, man. Then you're going to start eating. Then that's when cannibalism going to come in. And that's going to be an all-time high. That's even biblical prophecy, man. I advise you to seek YAHAWASHI. Lord willing, this quick hit was edifying unto you. If it was edifying unto you, it'd be edifying unto the elect. I'm going to close out, give all praises, all glory, and honor to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QADASH, and double honors to the head elders and apostles of Great Millstone that taught us his truth and rule well. Shalom.